Hello, we are live. It is the 19th of November and we are live. Oh, there it is for Nighttime with Nelly. Good evening, everyone. How are we? Who are we? Where are you watching me from? Give me a like, give me a love. Please give me a share. We are live for Nighttime with Nelly. It's an over 18 show. There will be talk of a sexual nature and strong language throughout. So good evening, everybody. Over 18s only. Viewer discretion is advised. How are we this evening? Where are you watching me from? Please give me that love. Send the love hearts up the screen. Time for Nighttime with Nelly. I am praying and hoping that it's going to be a fabulous show. That's what I'm hoping for. We have downloaded the inbox and we are hopefully, I think, are we? We are ready to go. So hello everybody, how are we? Who are we? Where are you watching me from? So I've got some gorgeous comments. Kim Jane Branham, Clitheroe. Sarah Hines says, looking beautiful. Thank you very much. Amy Louise says she's in West Yorkshire. We never fail to get support from the gorgeous Kay Wrigley in Saddleworth. Hello, Brenda Williams. Hello, and a very good morning to you, Louise Smith in New Zealand. Hello, Lindsay McCann. Danielle Round. Congratulations on your new home, my darling. I hope you'll have many wonderful, wonderful years and happy memories in it. Lisa Deal says, hello, Nelly Getsy. Marie Brealey's here. Excited for tonight, says Leanne. Me too. A little bit more of Leanne. Leanne, a little bit more of you, Leanne. A little bit more about Nighttime with Nelly. It's over 18s only. Thank you for joining me tonight, Flower Pots. It is over 18s only. Talk of a sexual nature, strong language throughout. Viewer discretion is advised. So if you are here joining me, welcome, welcome, welcome. It is an absolute delight to be with you all this evening. I have opened the box and we are ready to go for tonight's live Agony Aunt show. Before I go, once again, disclaimer, any advice I do give on tonight's show is purely for entertainment purposes. So hello everybody. Hi Jan Hansen, hi Sasha Walmsley. Hello Nicole Herter across the pond in the Straits. So good morning, good afternoon and good evening wherever you're watching me from. Hello to my gorgeous friend Julie Ashworth. Hello Becky Farrer. So we are live in the room where no magic happens. Not much of an intro there. Once again, any advice I give on tonight's show is be over entertainment purposes. It's an over 18 show. Dear Auntie Nellies, talk of a sexual nature, strong language throughout, viewer discretion is advised. Woohoo! The disclaimers are done. Thank fuck for that. Hello, Kerry Lewis. Hello, Lynn Evans. Hello, Christine Bragg. Hello, Lorna Adair. Hello, Kira Brown. Right, shall we get going? Let's go with tonight's first, Dear Auntie Nelly. Okie dokie. Dear Auntie Nelly, anonymous, please. Never fail. If this, just write in here to the page and they all come through as anonymous. So you mustn't worry, they're all anonymous anyway. Let's go. Dear Auntie Nelly, I have a boyfriend. Nobody likes the fucking show off flower, okay? Moving on. I have a boyfriend, but I don't know if he really is my boyfriend or not. I'd love some advice. Ooh, okay. He only ever texts me for sex. SEX. Okay. I get messages from him, but all that they say is, do you want me to come round and fuck you? What, not even a hello? Or what you doing? What you doing in text talk? What you do? Oh, anyway. I get messages from him like, do you want me to come round and fuck you? And because I really fancy him, I say yes. So he does. He comes round and he fucks me. And then he leaves straight after. I have never spent the night with him. And I think that's weird if he's my boyfriend. And then I won't hear from him for like 5 to 7 days. And then it's just the same old text again. And I have to say yes to him. Otherwise, I won't see him. How can I make him stay the night? Auntie Nelly, I would love to wake up in his arms. Dear Auntie Nelly, I have a boyfriend, but I don't know if he's really my boyfriend. I'm looking for advice. He texts me and says, do you want me to come round and fuck you? And I say, yeah, because if I didn't, he won't come round. Then he leaves and then he'll text me again in 5 to 7 days. Listen, he's turning up like a fucking pizza delivery. I mean, the days you're not in a calorie deficit, obviously. But you're not in a fucking relationship. That ain't a boyfriend, sweetheart. You're asking me the real advice. Is he my boyfriend? No, not really. Because boyfriends don't treat you like that. Number one, has he even asked you to be his girlfriend? I'm quite old-fashioned being 51. But has he even said, will you be my girlfriend? And you're saying yes to him because you fancy him that much. It's the only way you're going to see him. And what if you said, yeah, and then you didn't want to? Or what if you said, I'd love you to come round and see me, but I don't fancy having sex tonight. Would he not come? That's your fucking answer, isn't it? Do you know what I mean? At the end of the day, I think you're just friends with benefits. And he's asking you, so that's kudos on his part. Do you want me to come round and fuck you? Yes, please. You're sounding desperate. You've not got any boundaries. You're not telling him your boundaries. You want a boyfriend, you think he's your boyfriend. Why? Because you're having fucking sex with him. It means fuck all, flower. Honestly, you're in a subscription service here. He's asking, you're saying, yeah. What you're actually wanting to ask him is, look, I want mornings too. I want a little bit more. I want a little bit of substance to this relationship. And it's happening because you're allowing it to. So you need to put some boundaries in, okay? Because at the minute, all you're doing is literally auditioning for the role of his side chick. You're never going to be his girlfriend. You're not even talking about things. You're not dating. You're not getting an emotional relationship from this. You're just a fuck piece. And begging him won't work either. So have that conversation. Put your boundaries down. The next time that you get, Aya, do you want me to come round and fuck you? I'd love to see you, yeah, I'd love you to come round, but not so you can fuck me, no. I thought we'd watch a film tonight, or have a meal, or how about we go out rather than you coming round? So why don't you, because he's so confident in asking you, why are you not so confident in saying, I'd love to see you, yeah, but not, I don't want you to come round and fuck me. How about we go for a drink or a drive or a meal, or put the ball back in his court? And if he says, no, I'm busy then, well, there's your answer. No, he's not your boyfriend, and he's never going to be your boyfriend because he's not making any effort. But then he doesn't have to make any effort because you're not allowing him to, because you're giving him exactly what he fucking wants. So you need to change your story. You need to think about what it is. Do you really want him to be your boyfriend? And if so, then you're going to have to kind of tell him, and then actions speak louder than words. So he's going to have to put the work in to be your boyfriend. Because at the minute, you're just his side chick. You're just a friend with benefits. You're just a fuck piece. End of story. Okay. I mean, if you do start begging and that works, I mean, that's a whole different kind of kink, isn't it? But we're not going down that road. Dear Auntie Nelly, I'm in a relationship where my partner is incredibly shy in bed. Okay. Okay. I love him to bits, but he refuses to talk about fantasies or even initiate anything. Ah, I don't want to pressure him, but I'm starting to feel like the sexual side of our relationship is like watching paint dry. How do I open up this conversation without making him feel like he doesn't know what he's doing or making me feel like I'm judging his sex? I'm in a relationship where my partner is incredibly shy in bed, but refuses to talk about fantasies or even initiate anything. So you are actually having sex, but it's boring. It's like watching paint dry. Okay, okay. Look, flower, listen. There's shy, then there's emotionally fucking constipated, isn't there? Do you know what I mean? It's how much you can go on this. We can't get a stethoscope and look inside his brain. We can't do that. But we could make fuck's sake. We're going to get into bed. It's going to be same old, same old. It's like watching paint dry. When you are actually getting to the point of you think it's bedtime, wherever it is that you do it, you could say something like, do you know what's one thing that makes me scream in bed? And see how he takes it. Give him a bit of something to work with. Get a bit of something in him that shows him that you're passionate and what you like, and see where he goes with that. If it goes into a complete freeze, that's not just the shyness then, that is sex freeze, and you're working with something differently again. I mean, either get a sense of humour about it or accept it. You can't make people be a certain way, and you won't want them to be a certain way. You don't want people out the comfort zone. You're supposed to explore things together. You're supposed to want to talk about fantasies, maybe try new things out together, and both have the same passion and yearning for it. If it's not there, it's not there. If he doesn't want to do that, he doesn't want to do that. So you decide now, do you want the rest of your sex life to look like you're watching paint dry, or do you want something a little bit more exciting? And if you can't bring that excitement out of him, then move on and get somebody who's got that excitement. Because at the end of the day, life's too short for boring sex, for shit sex. Thank you. I'm so thirsty tonight. So thirsty. Oh, there we go. Dear Auntie Nelly, anonymous please. They're always anonymous. I've been dating a man for over a year, and whilst he's affectionate and loving, I've hinted at toys, like Monopoly, oral, and other things. But he always says he's fine as he is. Listen, I'm thinking tonight of bringing like Connect 4 into bedroom. I don't think you will. No, things are fine as they are. Right, okay. I don't want to ruin our relationship over this, but I also feel like I want to feel desired and adventurous. Is that asking too much? Listen, Flower, asking for variety within your sex life is like asking for chocolate in a chocolate shop. It should be full of variety, and it's a reasonable fucking request. If you can't handle a little bit of creativity in the bedroom, then once again, we're setting ourselves up for a very boring life with this partner. We need to be pushing boundaries. We need to be finding out new things. We need to be switching things up. It's the spice of dating a fucking Ken doll, a fucking statue. Do you know what I mean? You can either accept vanilla for the rest of your life or move on. Move on. It's a shame either way, really. But you can't suddenly expect him to transform into a fucking circus act if it's not in him. I'm fine as is. I'm fine as is. What the fuck? I'm fine as is. Well, I'm not. I know you're fine with this, and that's great, and I'm really happy for you. But it's not actually blowing my bells. My buzzard's not fucking blowing. So what can we do about it? And if you are missing out on that, why are you missing out on that? It's out there for you. You may love this person, he's loving, kind, caring, affectionate, but if he's not blowing your buzzard, he's not for you. So, get rid. Get rid. So, how have we got on tonight? Let's do a little bit of a catch-up and a little bit of a shout-out. Good evening, everybody. We are live for night time with Nelly. I'm trying to read the box and then look at comments. It won't let me do that, this phone. Oh, hang on, it might do. Oh, we're on. Jacob says, you're so beautiful in a bra. Thanks, Jacob. They're on high beam. They're on high beam. Do you only ever usually catch me on low beam? That's usually 24/7, really. But tonight I thought I'd treat you and put an luminous pink bra on. Anyway... So you don't want to bring Connect 4 into bedroom. You drop the counters back at headboard. I climb over and you climb in. Oh, you are cheeky Sally Hurst. Stone says, get rid. Just bloody get rid. And that's it. And she can do next week's show. Get rid. Hello, Jess Elliott. How are you? Thank you, Jenna Claire. So good evening, everybody. We are in the middle of doing Nighttime with Nelly. And if you've only just joined, it's so lovely to see you. Hello, Pat Burling. Hello, Kerry Lewis. Okay. Dear Auntie Nelly, I have always had great chemistry with my girlfriend. We have a fantastic sex life. But lately, she keeps asking if we can try pegging. The thing is, I have never been penetrated in that way before. I'm 51, right? And I have got the sense of humour of a teenage boy, right? So whenever anybody says they're pegging out, or I just find it hilarious. Anyway, moving on. So he's never been pegged. He's never been penetrated in that way before. How have you been penetrated then? If it's not been in a pegging kind of way, what kind of way have you been kind of penetrated is what I'm interested in knowing. You know, you're either going to do War and Peace. Shit, I get off the pot. I need a bit more than that. Anyway, I'm intrigued. Oh, but also very nervous about whether it will feel okay or be painful. How do I dip my toes in without freaking out? Right, well, pegging does not involve toes. Firstly, I think it would be painful if you try and stick toes where toes are not meant to be, other than in socks or your shoes or your flip-flops. So ignore the toes when it comes to pegging, okay? Toes go nowhere near penetration. We're not doing that here. Okay, look. Step 1, breathe. Breathe. Step 2, grab some lube, okay? I normally would say save your money and spit on it, but in this situation, I'm going to actually say spend a bit and get some lube. I won't spit on it. You're going to need a bit more than fucking spit. Okay, lube is going to be your best friend when you're going to start being pegged, okay? Don't ask me how I know, I just do, okay? Step 3. Start small and make sure you have the safe word. So communication when we're trying something like this, which is new, is key. Communication is going to be key here. It's going to be like the professional negotiator. So you need that safe word, okay? And step 4, if it hurts, stop. End of story. If it hurts, stop. You don't have to go any further. You can just say, it hurts, stop. No. It works both ways, does consent. It works both ways. It doesn't matter. It really doesn't matter. But it works both ways. So if you're finding it painful, you're finding it too much, then stop. You can say no at any point of any act, regardless of how far in you are, how deep you are, how long it's been going on. You don't have to stick it out just because you said you would. You can say no at any point. So, once again, follow those stages if you want to and see how it goes. And don't forget, you can say no regardless to anybody at any point. If something hurts or you change your mind or you're just no longer that. Not in the middle of pegging. Not in the middle of pegging, but I have actually stopped somebody in the middle of sex before and said, whoa, stop, this is not working, get off, get your clothes and fuck off. You can stop them, it doesn't matter. You change your mind, just stop, it hurts, stop. That's it really. Thank you, Andrea Lawson. It is actually my job. I am an actual official agony aunt for Chat Magazine here in the UK, out every Thursday for Take a Break Australia, and That's Life New Zealand. I actually am really good at my job, I must admit. Right, moving on to the next one. So remember the 4 steps, don't you? Is that okay? Okay. So step 1, breathe. Step 2, lube. Communicate, have that professional word, that negotiation, and don't worry. You know, your dignity might take a bit of a wobble if you do stop, but you'll be fine. Okay? Okay. If you're being pegged, right, or you're going to be the pegger, just make sure that they're not doing it after a 3-course meal. Or if they've had sweet corn, it past 72 hours. maybe 48. Okay, just a little top tip there. I don't now know that, I just do. Moving on. Dear Auntie Nelly, I'm 27. Okay, and I've always loved being intimate with my partner, but there's one thing, I can't stand it. I can't stand it. She has typed that 3 times. She might not be a she, but there we go. Can't stand it. I can't stand it. I can't stand it. I have tried it a few times and it's just not for me. What? What? Oh my God, what? Ah! You've not put what? I'm 27, always love being intimate with my partner, but there's one thing I can't stand. I've tried it a few times. I can't stand it. I can't stand it. I can't stand it. It's just not for me. Oh, anal. We've got anal. It didn't, because you put I can't stand it, and then I've lost the word anal, A-N-A-L. I feel guilty because Eve really enjoys it, but I don't want to do it anymore. It makes me feel really uncomfortable. How can I tell him I just don't like it without hurting his feelings? Because he wants to do it all the time. Anal. Oh, lots of bum fun tonight, flower pots. Look, tell him truth. Just tell him truth. Don't fuck about it. Go for you. And I love our sex. But we've give it a go. I've given anal a go a few times for you. Just to see. I've sucked it and seen. But it's not for me. It's a no from me. I just don't enjoy it. I find it really uncomfortable. He may say, that's all right, baby. I didn't realise that. No problem. We don't have to do it. If he sulks and doesn't say that, then you're dodging a bullet, really, because you're in a relationship then with a man who's quite happy for you to do something that's uncomfortable. Do you get me? So you don't want to be in a relationship like that. So you will have dodged an uncomfortable bullet. No pun intended. Life's too short for fake enjoyment, sweetheart. Do not ever put yourself in a situation. You've given it a go. You've tried it a couple of times. It's not for you. Tell him. Be honest and be open. Honesty is one thing a relationship cannot survive without. You've got to be honest. You've got to be honest and open. Let them know how many times you've tried it, how much you've tried to enjoy it. You know he really loves it. I love our relationship. I love our sex. I just don't like anal. And stop it there. If he loves you as much as you love him, he will not want to put you in any kind of scenario that makes you feel in pain or uncomfortable. And it will be fine. If it's not fine and he sulks, you don't want to be in a relationship with somebody who puts you in any situation where you're in pain or uncomfortable, sweetheart. That's not a love problem then, that's a kink problem. And if he can't have a relationship with you without anal, he's not the one for you, flower. Because I do not under any circumstances expect anybody to be in a relationship with me where they're feeling in pain or feeling uncomfortable just to please me. It works both ways, and if one of us is not having a nice time, that should mean none of us are having a nice time. Dear Auntie Nelly, there's a lot of bum fun tonight. Well, some people are having bum fun and some people are not having bum fun. And some people are a bit anxious about pending bum fun. Can I just say I'm 51 and an anal virgin? Thank you. I'm saving it. I'm saving it. Dear Auntie Nelly, I'm in a relationship where my partner is very into giving massages. Oh, now then. However, they inevitably lead to sex. Right. I love massages, but I get anxious when it starts getting erotic. Oh, how do I get them to give me the massages I enjoy without feeling pressured into sex? Your partner, you expect your partner to be a masseuse or a physio, but they actually might think that massages is foreplay. Have we actually had any kind of communication here with our partner as to what our boundaries are? Have we ever sat our partner down before we embark on a sexual relationship as to what we like, what we don't like, what we will do, what we won't do, Do we need a safe word? What have you tried? What have you not tried? What you're willing to try? You're looking for a really nice massage. He thinks that's foreplay. Unless you've had that conversation and you've set your boundaries, nothing's ever going to change. It's always going to turn into sex because you've not said anything. People are not mind readers. There's no septic peg here. You've got to state the obvious to some people. People don't read your minds. You're loving your massages, but obviously then I know it'll turn into sex. It's turning into sex because you're allowing it to. Unless you can communicate with your partner exactly what your expectations are, how do you expect them to know? In one sense, it's flattery. They're touching your body, they're oiling you up, they're getting lots of moans and groans that you're having a nice time, they're getting turned on. That's flattering, but actually it's not really what you're about, but you're just giving in anyway because that's what you think they expect, and then they might think that's what you expect because that's what you both do to initiate your sex. So set clear boundaries. It is really about being a bouncer at a nightclub. You've really got to decide what you're going to accept and what you're not going to accept. You could even say, if you don't feel confident enough of having that big, honest, open, but quite vulnerable, bare conversation of, hands here tonight, but not here. Lie down and hope that they take your lead. You could say it as simple as that. So, hands here, no further tonight, thanks. May confuse them slightly, but it may also be a platform to open that communication and for them to say, oh, are you okay? Is everything okay? Well, yeah, I just want a massage, that's all. I don't want every time we have a massage for it to turn into sex. Open up that line of communication that way. You know, not that you're making them feel that they're using you in a way where you are a sex machine, but if that's how you're being made to feel, communicate it. Be honest. Nobody knows. At the end of the day, you're a human who just wants a nice rub down. You don't always need it. Not let your chill time turn into stress or that impending doom. So have that communication. Dear Auntie Nelly, I love sex with my boyfriend. Well, that's nice. However, I absolutely cannot stand dirty talk. It gives me the ick. I've tried it. He does it all the time. I've tried to enjoy it, but it just makes me squirm and is really giving me the ick. Okay, you've said it twice now. How do I navigate this without making him feel like I'm making fun of him or making him think I'm weird? You're not weird for not liking dirty talk. Some people just go into almost like character mode. It's like they're having sex, so that's what they do. That's like their script. Some people are really, really good at dirty talk. Some people do dirty talk because it turns them on, it gets them off. It's what they do. It's what they like. Some people think, please don't say that. Please don't say the word moist. I will vomit. That's me personally. Everybody's different. If you really don't like dirty talk, have you told your partner you really don't like it? You don't need to do a running monologue every time we're in the bedroom. Do you need to do that? Do you really like talking like that? Does it do something for you? Does it really turn you on? It just gives me the ick. I don't like it. Have you communicated? Has anybody tonight who's wrote into Dear Auntie Nelly, who's actually took the time out to message me, communicated all this with the partners? There's a lot of communication missing. Without communication in a relationship, how the fuck did you get together in the first place? But communication is key, and we've got to be honest. We've got to be honest about our wants, needs and desires in the bedroom. Whether we want to be swinging off lampshades, jumping off wardrobes, or whether we want it lights out and completely mute and lie there like a statue. We've got to let the other person know what it is we want, what we don't want, what we'll try, what we won't try. How are we meant to be having this wonderful sexual relationship with our partner without it? Nobody is actually having a nice sex life in Dear Auntie Nelly tonight because no one's communicating, and you're wasting so much time with this pent-up anxiety and stress and wonder that you're not actually just enjoying it, and you could have had that conversation months ago and just be having a right nice sexy time. But you're not. But you're not. So, look, tell him that you're not looking for PG-13 in bedroom. You don't mind a few moans and groans, maybe. Some kind of porn film, you know. You don't have to go as far as say, look, I'm allergic to you speaking like that in bed and, you know, turn into like some kind of fucking vanilla wallflower. But just say it gives me the ick a bit. I don't like it. I don't mind it on the odd occasion, but it's all the time and I don't like it. Just tell him. It's a valid excuse. You don't like it. It's as simple as that. And then they might be a bit more mindful, you know. Just embrace the comedy of it as well and just say, like, you know, it does sound absolutely ridiculous. It gives me the ick. Just be honest. Honestly. Right, let me have a glass of water. I'm really thirsty tonight. I don't know what the fuck is wrong with me. If you are into flavoured water, the best one, which is sugar-free, which chokes you. Oh, it's been a while since I've had a choking. Sugar-free Highland Spring lemon and lime. It is fucking beautiful. It is the best flavoured water on the market. Maybe not. Anyway. Dear Auntie Nelly, I really enjoy giving oral to my partner. Can you imagine if it were that big? That'd be a big one, that. Oh, oh, that hurts out of my back teeth, that. You see all my fillings then? Metal Mickey. Right. But he wants me to try other positions that I find uncomfortable. Oh, he's not. Oh, I know where you're going with this. So you think you're either down on your knees or he's dropping it in you like a tea bag, but he wants you on bed with your head hanging off it, doesn't he? It's horrible, that. It's horrible. You will dislocate your neck and get shoulder pain. Don't do it. Coming from one who knows, it's not cool. Right. I don't want to seem stubborn or boring, but I keep saying I don't like it and it's uncomfortable. Oh, and then you're losing control as well, aren't you? I know where you're going with this. It's horrible, that, because you enjoy giving your partner oral, but he's not enjoying it in the normal, traditional sense of either you're on your knees, he's laid on bed and you're on your knees on bed, or he's teabagging you. He wants you laid on bed with your head hanging off it. I'm pointing there. I've been there. I have been there. Yeah, and then your neck's back like that and it hurts your head and you can't do it with your glasses on because you'll lose your glasses. Yeah. Oh, dear. How long you've been together and whatever it is that you're doing, if something don't feel right or it hurts or you can't get in that position or it's uncomfortable, you need to fucking tell him. You need to tell him. You can't be hanging off end at bed like that with him shoving it in your gob upside down. If you've had spaghetti bolognese for your tea, it'll come up and it'll go up your nostrils. It's not attractive, that. And you're not going to enjoy giving your partner oral if you're in a position that you're not comfortable. You've got to be comfortable. It's got to be nice, and you're not going to get any pleasure from it if you're in pain. If you're dislocating your neck or your shoulder, or just tell them. I know they do it on porn films, but I think that it's edited very well because it's not attractive, that, and it does hurt. So I know what you're feeling there. You'd like to be that girl, but we're not that girl. It's impossible. It's impossible unless we find work in a circus and we're acrobatic. Unless you're an acrobat, you're not going to be able to do it. So there you go. And the key there is you need to be in control when you're doing that, not the other way round. And I think it's about him having the control. It's like when you're giving them oral and they shove your head down. No, you'll only ever do it once, flower. And then you'll be dressing out the fucking door. Hashtag bye Felicia. You're giving it, so you should have the control. He's taking away the control and he's putting you in pain. Tell him and stop it now. Should be mutual pleasure, like I say. It's turned into a fucking circus hat and you know acrobat. No. Dear Auntie Nelly, My boyfriend and I, there's lots of boyfriends tonight, you're all showing off. I have been trying to have penetrative sex for a few weeks now, but every time we try, oh, he loses his erection. I love him, but I'm starting to feel like he doesn't love me. How do I have sex with my partner without him feeling ashamed and stopping it? Look, it happens, don't panic. It's happened to me. It's happened to me. I've had a man lose an erection and look at me. 51 and perimenopausal and morbidly fucking obese. Look, it happens. It can happen to anybody at any time, and it can happen to the best of them. Do not take it as rejection or personal that he doesn't fancy me anymore, he's losing his hard on, it must be me. Don't let that thought enter your mind. I promise you it's not you. Okay. I think you're not failing either in your sexiness, okay? We've got to turn foreplay into something fun here, and we can't concentrate too much on penetration and the fun and the sexy bit in foreplay. It's not always about penetration. Penetration, great, but we don't have to be penetrated for us to have a really, really fun, fulfilled, satisfying sex life. The fact that he keeps losing his erection, I'm not a general practitioner. I would definitely tell him, I'm not bothered about the fact that you can't fuck me penetrative, but I am bothered that it keeps happening. I'd like you to just nip to GP, I'll come with you if you want, and make sure that it's not any medication, you're not worried about anything at work, there's nothing underlying. Anything like that is ongoing, I would always say go and seek professional advice. I'm here and it is advice I give for entertainment purposes. So go and see a professional for that. Rule anything out. But if our partner isn't able to maintain an erection, that doesn't mean to say that you can't still have a full sex life. He's got a tongue, he's got fingers, he's got hands, he's got toes, he's got fists. There are still things that can be done in the bedroom with what we've got. We can also introduce toys in the bedroom. He could get lots of pleasure still, even though he can't actually maintain an erection. You can get lots of pleasure without penetration. So it's about opening your minds up. And I think maybe you've put too much pressure on the fact that we need to do it, I need to do it because I need to be validated that he finds me attractive. He's probably thinking, I need to make sure I do this because I need it to work. I don't know why it's not working. So there's a lot going on. And whilst you keep adding all these pressures in the bedroom, things are going to fail. They are absolutely going to fail. At the end of the day, I need him to get checked out by a GP, rule anything out. But I need you to go back to basics. I always think what's incredibly beautiful and incredibly wonderful and really helpful when you're starting on a sexual journey with a new partner, especially when you both feel comfortable, mutual masturbation is a big must, I feel, because you're watching each other. You're in a safe place. You are very vulnerable and open, I guess, but you're in a safe place and you're watching each other and you're learning how the other person likes to touch themselves. And then you kind of get a little bit of a guide, a handbook on what to do and how to do it. And I think going back to basics, what was it that got you together in the first place? What is it that you find really attractive about each other? You don't even have to do masturbation. You could just do nice massages. You could do lots of intimate things like kissing, touching, just being together, laying in each other's arms. Right back to basics, not all about penetration. Get checked out with a GP. Please encourage that. And then go back to basics. And fingers crossed, everything else will fall into place for you. And I don't want anybody who's watching this live to think that if the partner loses an erection, can't get an erection, can't get to where we're supposed to be going, the final destination, that they take that as a personal thing on them. Listen, we all have hang-ups. We all have certain medications sometimes we have to take that stop orgasms, stop erections. We all have money problems, work problems. worried about certain things. That can dampen our libido, our sex drive, our erections, our nearly getting to an orgasm. It's nothing about you sometimes, and it really is the classic line of it's not you, it's me. So we need to make sure that our partner's okay. And by showing that support and that love of, I'm worried about you, talking about it. But don't be thinking that you're not having a full and satisfying sex life if you're not being penetrated, because you don't have to actually have a penis involved in any sex. There are plenty of things we all know in our body that will penetrate. We can also bring sex toys in. And sometimes we don't even have to be penetrated to have a wonderful orgasm as females. We all know that, don't we? If you were never penetrated again, you could still have a really nice orgasm without it. Yes. Moving on. Okay. So skip the pressure, by the way. Go and see the GP. And just have fun. And when I talk about other things, just make sure that they're safe, okay? Just be safe. Be safe. We don't want you in A&E, do we? Okay. Dear Auntie Nelly, I've been dating a man for over a year. And whilst he's affectionate and loving, oh, for the love of Jesus, the only thing he wants to do in the bedroom is missionary. Okay. I've hinted at toys, oral and other things, and he doesn't want to. Oh, no. No, I've gone wrong here. Where's I gone now? Yeah, no, it's all right. Wait a minute. I've gone wrong. Right. Dear Auntie Nelly. Right, okay, so, right. I don't know if I can carry on in this relationship. So she's met somebody. The only sex he'll have is missionary. But she's not sure whether she wants to carry on because he doesn't want to do any other position. But she says she doesn't feel desired and she likes being adventurous. Is she asking too much? Like missionary's probably, well, missionary all the time could be like boiled pasta without any pasta sauce, scundy, bit bland. So I get where you're coming from. Is there a reason though? Have you said why? Because you've obviously asked him and he said that's what I like to do, and you've gone, can we bring some toys in or a different position? And he said no. Is it you've actually made that clear and he said no? You've dropped hints about toys, oral and fun stuff, and he's just saying no. It's like a toddler refusing broccoli, isn't it? Do you know what I mean? He's not even fucking tried it. And he's just saying no. Why is he saying no? And if you feel that you can't live the rest of your life on fucking plain pasta, move on. It's not for you. You're not, you might be nice people and you might have a right nice time, but in the bedroom, you're not compatible. And that's okay. Unless you want to live the rest of your life being missionary and he's not willing to budge on that, there's nothing you can do about it. I mean, I don't mind missionary. I think it's quite nice. But I still feel desired and adventurous doing missionary. But you don't. And that's okay. That's absolutely fine. My favourite sexual position is me not actually being part of the position. That's my favourite. But, you know, anyway, communicate clearly with him. Look, you're not willing to budge on that. I actually need more. I wish you well. Hashtag bye Felicia. Hashtag off your fuck flower. You can't make somebody compromise on something they're not willing to negotiate with, and you can't change something that he's not going to acknowledge. He doesn't acknowledge a problem with missionary. He doesn't acknowledge there's a problem with you being absolutely bored shitless. He doesn't see the problem. Move on. Let him get somebody who doesn't mind missionary. There's plenty of people out there that quite like it, that think it's great. He needs to find his person in the bedroom who he's compatible with, Dundee. You deserve fireworks and fucking confetti if that's what you want. And there will be people out there who'll give you fireworks and fucking confetti. Don't ever settle. If you feel like you're in a circus, you will find somebody like that. You've just found somebody you right like and he's really nice, but you're settling. Don't settle. Don't ever settle. There will be people like that. And I know it's frustrating because you're probably thinking, well, you know, actually I've got nothing much to complain about and there's a lot worse out there. It could be a lot worse. Yeah, it could be a lot worse. You could be stuck with boiled pasta for the rest of your fucking life. Get out there and get some fucking sauce thrown on it. You desire it, you want it, you're young enough to do it, I'm hoping. And you do need adventure to thrive, and you're not going to thrive. So, flower pots, that has been tonight's Dear Auntie Nelly's on Night Time with Nelly. Have we enjoyed tonight's show? I think it's been okay. Please do keep writing into the show. There can't be a show without you. I do not write Dear Auntie Nelly's. I don't write Sunday services. The advice I do give is purely for entertainment purposes, and it is purely off the cuff. And I can only make the show as good as the Dear Auntie Nelly's I'm reading. So I've enjoyed tonight's show. What I have found from my flower pots who've wrote in though is there's not a lot of communication, and communication is key in a relationship. We need to be communicating at all times. Our wants, our needs, our desires, our do's, our don'ts, what we like, what we don't like. We need to have that communication. We need to also put our stall out straight away. You need to put your stall out. What you will do, what you won't do, what you want to do, what you kind of think you might want to do, what you're willing to try to do. You know, talk to your partner, communicate always, whether it's in and out of the bedroom. Communicate always. Communication is key, as is trust. So whatever the rest of the evening brings you, thank you. Tonight has been over 18s only. Any advice I have given was purely for entertainment purposes. Thank you so much for joining me, and please do keep writing into the page, and I hope to be back with you all again very, very soon. Good night, and whoever you follow, may they bless you. Toodle pip.